Hello everyone, this is Fine from Tech Gaming Villa. I hope you all are well. Today I'm going to talk about the 2022 lineup X90K and the 2023 lineup Sony X90L. The question is the Sony bravia X90L is right for you on 2024? Said to be one of the most popular options in Sony's 2023 TV lineup, the X90L is a no-brainer if you are looking for a versatile and premium performing TV. This Sony X90L intends on stripping back the technical jargon to help you decide whether this really is the TV that's right for your space. In such a competitive market with manufacturers battling it out to create better, brighter and more impressive models with technology like OLED, QD, OLED and Mini LED, to name a few, we want to know if the Sony X90L is still holding its own. Last year's the 2022 model X90K was hugely popular. If you are new in my channel, then please subscribe and press the bell icon for future notifications and upcoming videos. I have another channel named Awesome Tech Gaming Pro, where I upload similar kind of tech videos like TV comparison, sound system, home theater, graphics cards. You can check and subscribe. The X90K to X90L upgrade follows suit and promise a suite of enhancements to make it an even more attractive offer. The X90L has 55, 65, 75, 85 and 98 inch sizes. On the other hand, the X90K has 55, 65, 75 and 85 inch sizes. The X90L is impressively bright and dynamic picture, lifelike and truly color representation, brilliant range of available sizes, generally good backlight control like X90K. On the other hand, the downside on the X90L is good but not the best viewing angles like X90K, susceptible to reflections in dark scenes and less effective zooming suppression than other models. The X90L is the band's premium full array LED model and sits above the entry-level full array model, the Sony X85L, and below the Sony X95L Mini LED TV, offering a versatile full array LED performance at a more affordable price point and a wide range of sizes from 55 to 80, 98 inch sizes. This Sony TV model has asserted itself as the smart choice within the 2024. This X90L boasts a VA panel with direct backlighting and local dimming. To put that into non-TV jargon, this TV has LEDs across the whole screen and power and intensity of those LEDs can be adjusted where needed. This is called local dimming and enables the TV to get light where it's needed and dark where it's needed too. Typically, full array LED TVs are a more affordable technology type than something like OLED, which produces bright images that are recommended for well-lit spaces or daytime viewing. This TV X90L has renowned for their processing like a cognitive XR processor like X90K, which is designed to push the levels of realism you can achieve from your TV. The X90L has a new technology like XR clear image. The X90K has no XR clear image technology, so X90L produces a slightly clear picture quality than X90K, which improves noise reduction and the clarity of motion by reducing blur. Therefore, things like text should be clearer with less blooming and the action that you see on screen should be much smoother too. There is also the addition of the XR contrast booster, which helps to balance light across the screen and adjust brightness levels for a more accurate picture. This XR contrast booster also present on X90K, and XR 4K upscaling helps to upscale content more effectively, and XR 3 Luminous Pro also focuses on the colors and produces more natural and vivid visuals. The X90K and X90L both TV has some features like Eco Dashboard, which introduced to all Sony TVs. The Eco Dashboard makes it easy to stay on top of how much energy you are using and reduce it accordingly. Small changes like changing the ideal power will save you energy and money, so it's definitely worth playing around with it during setup. On the other hand, the game menu feature, which newly developed for 2023, Sony's game menu has been implemented to catch up with the likes of LG and Samsung. By simply plugging in your console, you will gain access to a variety of important game settings like a VRR toggle, motion blur reduction, black equalizer, crosshair functionality, and screen size customization. So Google TV and Bravia Core also present on X90K and X90L. All Sony Bravia TVs use Google TV as their operating system, which we regard as our favorite operating system. That the X90L also features Bravia Core, which is Sony's own streaming platform, where you can stream Sony content for free in up to 80 megabit per second, depending on your internet connection. So higher quality than the likes of Netflix and Disney Plus. If you see the design-wise, the X90L has undergone a long-awaited refresh and now looks considerably more premium than the last year's X90K. This TV now sports a sleek, slim aluminum one-state design with next to no bezel. The stand has also been upgraded to a slim multi-position aluminum waist design, which makes this TV perfect for seamless home integration. Overall, it's slimmer and slightly lighter than the X90K, and it feels like a much more premium and sturdier model that would look great in a variety of different spaces. Unfortunately, you don't get Sony's more premium brushed aluminum or backlight design remotes with this model. Instead, you get the simple remote and the standard numbered remote in the box too, if you prefer a more traditional viewing experience. In terms of connections, we've got 4 HDMI ports, but only 2 of these supports HDMI 2.1 inputs with 48 GB per second and full 2.1 bandwidth. Other than that, you have got 2 USB ports, optical, Ethernet, satellite, subwoofer, and coaxial inputs too. Both X90K and X90L connections are same. If you see the picture quality of this 2 TV having undergone a significant upgrade compared to some of the other TVs in the lineup, the X90L is supposed to be capable of an increased 30% peak brightness over the X90K model. The X90L also features a newly designed local dimming structure with up to 60% more local dimming zones depending on the size of the model. This helps improve overall brightness and should reduce haloing and glooming. We have put the X90L F28 with its predecessor and some other key Sony models, including this year's 8TL OLED, the X95L Mini LED and entry-level full array model, the X85L, to really understand if this option is right for you. Highlight 5 things this TV does really well when it comes to picture quality in comparison to X90K. The X90L is considerably brighter than the X90K. Lower light lag and truer reflection of color, darker and more detailed representation of blacks throughout, and X90L retained contrast and saturation slightly better when viewed off angle. The X90L impressive motion processing, making it a great performer for sports, gaming, and high-octane action scenes. Despite the positive, of course, there are a few drawbacks that you will find with this model that are worth bearing in mind. The X90L's slight sense Sony have preferred image accuracy over blooming suppression and less noticeable setup in brightness when watching in a bright space, and semi-gloss screen means there are some noticeable reflections in dark scenes. We've been really impressed by the brightness levels, the details, and the depth of both the colors and the blacks, and we see the X90L being a dark horse, especially if you are not set on OLED just yet. If you have a lot of axis seating angles or are concerned about blooming, then this might not be one for you. However, if you are after accurate images and true to life colors as well as great detail levels and brightness, then this could be a brilliant choice for you. In terms of audio specifications, there hasn't been a great deal of change between this model and its predecessor, the X90K. X90L has a 210 watt full range bass reflex speakers and 2 tweeters located around the bezel to help deliver Sony's acoustic multi-audio. This essentially helps match up the audio with the visual cues on screen more accurately and positions the audio more precisely too. There's also support for Dolby Atmos DTS digital surround sound, and we also get the addition of Sony's acoustic center sync. This means that this TV is designed to work in tandem with a compatible Sony soundbar for enhanced performance. The sound does feel as if it's come from the right areas and matches the visual accurately. The dialogue is clear too and the sound storage was adequate, but I did find this one lacking a little when it came to depth and details. It felt as if the bass was lacking slightly too, as it was missing a bit of impact from the sound effects in films in particular. A lot of this comes down to the absence of built-in subwoofer, so you might want to find a solution that suits you, like a soundbar if you are keen on this model and big bass is what you are after. For gaming, when it comes to gaming features, this model has a 2 HDMI 2.1 ports with 4K 120 Hz VRR and LLM support, just like the rest of the Sony TV lineup. The Sony X90L also has been labeled perfect for PlayStation. This functionality enables benefits when you connect it up to PlayStation 5, like auto calibrating HDR tone mapping for games and auto general picture mode, which will optimize your picture mode depending on genre of game you are playing. As previously mentioned, Sony's new game menu has improved and the overall gaming experience. If you would like to find out more about them, we are pretty impressed overall. There were no issues with frame rate, the motion was good, and visually the games looked great too. In terms of input lag, when we tested it out with 420 FPS, we found that the X90L gave me an input lag of slightly under 10 milliseconds, and this nearly doubled to just under 20 milliseconds at 60 FPS. X90K also very similar, but the X90L is a bit better, or you can say the similar. There was plenty of choice to fine-tune the game experience to my personal taste though, so I don't think you can really complain on this front. As expected, it's not a groundbreaking gaming experience, but it's definitely better than most of the mid-range 4K LED TVs on the market right now. So it's worth considering if you are a casual gamer. So the question is the Sony X90L worth it? The Sony X90 range has been one of our favorites year after year, offering impressive performance and sitting in the middle of the lineup. You can expect a TV that's great value for money and perfect for a huge variety of spaces. If versatility is what you are after, the Sony X90L offers it in abundance. Sony TVs are notoriously pricey, but the X90L is a surefire way of accessing premium performance with an increased screen size at a much more affordable price point. Admittedly, it doesn't have the cinematic performance of OLED or the brightness of mini LED, but the X90L stands up to those premium models and justifies that you don't necessarily need all of that. This TV is living proof that sometimes value for money and solid performance are just as difficult to beat. So for those looking for a bright TV that's versatile for movies, TV, and gaming, this is a solid option to have on your shortlist, and you will struggle to find much better out there. But if you ask me, the Sony X90K or X90L, which TV you should buy on 2024? On 2024, X90K is really cheap, but the picture difference is minimal. X90L is slightly brighter than X90K, but I think the X90K is a best choice on 2024 for the money. So what's your thought about this 2 TV? Please write in the comments below. That's it for now.